Today and tomorrow we have this Amitabha practice with the Shitro, and then include the people who passing away. We pray for everyone, especially the Dubun something Rinpoche. He passed away 2 days ago. I think mostly you know him. He's from San Diego, Chopa Chiling Dharma Center resident teacher. Also, he's founder of the Dharma Center. So he come to DDS, he shared the teaching, and also he went to Ohio, shared the teaching. Many DDS and Ohio Sangha has a connect with this Dharma. So we also include him today, this practice. So actually, naturally happen, this practice, and he passing. Locally, we already naturally created this program for him, his passing. I have an image up here. Is Dobun something Rinpoche's. So we dedication include him today and tomorrow. Then go to page 34. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those create obstacles on my path to liberation and nations, may they experience happiness, be separate from suffering safely. I will establish them in the still ones of past, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those create obstacles on my path to liberation of nations, may they experience happiness, be separate from suffering safely. I will establish them in the still ones of past, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. Dala dangwar zebe da, nobar zebe ge, tarpa dang tam jen chenbe, barde jo bar zeba dam je je zor zebe, ma nam ga dang yambe sem jen dam je dewa dang ding, dungara dang jar nyor de la na me ba yang da bar zobe zang ju, rumbo je do bar za. Thus, under achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Under death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now under this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Te ye je de zang ma je je bar de ling a ye zong ge wa la go. Ma she bar de ling a ye zong ge wa la go. Te de re ne zong de nye ma zang da zam je bar ling a ye zong ge wa la go. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas of the Yadams. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in the noble Dhakas, the Dakinis, and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Tenjen zawa dan je bar je be pardin lama damba nan lai jabzen je o yadam jingoro je lazo nam lai jabzen je o sanje jomden de nan lai jabzen je o dambe jin nan lai jabzen je o Pagbe gende nan lai jabzen je o pawon kando ji jong zong me zo yi shi je jin dan denpa nam lai jabzen je o. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise in the example of a Bodhisattvas. As previous Buddhas embodied enlightenment and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path, are true for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhichitta, and apply myself to complete each stage of the path. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and the likewise example of a Bodhisattva. As previous Buddhas embodied enlightenment and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path, are true for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhichitta, and apply myself. Sanjo nyingbo nji je bar, sanje nan lai jab sen che, chư tăng sang chư sân ba ye so lan de yin jia zhen che chư tar men che de ye che sang chư dong ne ji ba tang sang chư zhen be la ba la de da ren yin ne ba da de yin ro la ben dong de sang chư zhen ne ji je yin de yin de ne la ba la ren ba yin de la ba re je. In the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, most excellent, I take refuge unto enlightened misery. By the merit of a generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddha order for the sake of our sentient beings. In the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, most excellent, I take refuge unto enlightened misery. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddha order for the sake of our sentient beings. Sanje jidang zo jun jo nam la sanjo barde dane jab zenje dage jin zo jibe zo nam je ro la ben sar sanje ro pare shu. So now we go to Buddha Amitabha Sadhana. It's page 89. Page 89. Namo to the three givers and the three roots, the place of protection. I go for refuge in order to establish all beings in Buddhahood. I give rise to the mindset on supreme awakening. 89. Page 89. Namo to the three givers and the three roots, the place of protection. I go for refuge in order to establish all beings in the Buddhahood. I give rise to the mindset of supreme awakening. Namo Gojo Zonda in Zawai Zon, Jamne Nalai Jabzenje, Rogan Sanje Languser, Sanjong Jode Zemje Do. With sincere faith, I pay homage toward the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas abiding in the 10 directions and the 3 times. I offer flowers, incense, lamp, fragrant, food, music, and the like. Actually arrange and mentally create a supreme gathering place except them. I confess all evil deeds, the 10 no virtues, and the 5 acts without endeavor that I have committed, overpowered by mental affliction since beginning last time until now. I rejoice in the merit all the virtues accumulated in the 3 times by the Shavakas, Pakika Buddha, ordinary beings, and the like. Please stand aware of the Dharma of the greater and the lesser vehicles, and the teachings common to both, according to the aspiration and the diverse mental capacity of sentient beings. Until samsara is emptied, do not pass into nirvana, but compassionately log up in sentient beings drowning in the ocean of suffering. May all the merit I have accumulated become the cause of awakening, and may I soon become a glorious God of beings. Tibetan, go back to Tibetan. Page 90. Soja de zon yoba ye jarwa se je dang je kene dang we zan ze lo me do do pe mar me char ze ro mo la zo ba nen jer ye je ne a be zo je yi zo zo to ma me ne da de me ge je dan za me nga se ne nyam on wan jer de ba dam je ya ba ra je nyen de rang jar sang jo sen so zo je wo la so ti song ge wa je za ba so na la ne da ye sem je nam je zam ba dang lo ye se da je da che chong de mon de ba ye ji jeng go lo go de Korwai jeze ma dong war nyang ne man dai du je dong har jam zo sing wa ye sim je nam lai zai se Tage sunai je sa pa tam je sang jo je je rinpo mo don ro wa yen jen pe par de da jo je. The field of accumulation dissolved into me. Thus minds of four immeasurable has arising within the mind stream of myself and all sentient beings. May all sentient beings have happiness. May they be free from all suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness. May they abide in great equanimity. So yin nam rang la den be da dan zen jin gen je ju ce mi je lo ji ba re jo sim jin de dan den ju ro je dong er gen dan zha wa re dan da de men re yin dan yon jin bo ne re jo. Appearance and existing all phenomena of samsara and nirvana are empty by nature. O children, the beings wandering confused in samsara, not realizing this, my awareness appear as white shirt. The manifestation of unfilled emptiness, clarity, and compassion. The shirt transformed into myself, appearing at Chenrezig, seated up in a cushion of lotus and moon, with one face and four arms. Two are joined at the heart, and the other two hold the lotus and garland. Peaceful and with loving countenance, I am dressed in the garment of a Sambhonakaya Buddha, sitting in cross-legged posture. My lower body is adorned a lotus. In the space in front, up in a seat of lotus and moon, appear a red shirt gleaming with light. The lay ready is blessing the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions gathered in knowledge, love, power, the leg being dissolved into the shirt. Again, leg rest, ready to the 6 realms, purify the karmic visions, self-grasping, and the habitual imprints of sentient beings. The leg gathered big and the shirt transformed into the supreme protector of beings, Buddha Amitabha. His bright red legs are mountain of rubies with one face and 2 arms in equal pose mudra. Holding big bowl, he wears the 3 dharma robes and sits cross-legged posture. Ceaselessly looking up in beings with the eye of compassion. He appears as a great embodiment of all Buddhas. On his right is the noble Chenrezig with one face and 2 arms holding a white lotus with the left hand. White and adorned with jewel, he stands upright. To the left of the Lord is Bodhisattva Vajrapane with one face and 2 arms holding a Vajra in the left hand. Blue and adorned with jewel, he stands upright. They are surrounded by an ensemble of bodhisattvas. The 3 places of the principal hand are marked with the 3 syllables. From the syllable white ready and blue light ready is to the 10 directions and in pure particular to the pure line of Sukhavati. Invoking the heart pledge of Amitabha and his retinue who then instinctively appear at this place. Go to Tibetan, so page 92. Na zeng gong de ji gen ran yen dong, ma dong go wan zhen nai nye re mong, dong sa ren yin ji song jo zar dang ne, ran re re ye gar bo yong jo le, bei de den de ran ye jian re zui, xia re jie sa ye da jia ben zhen zeng, xie xian san ben nyam jie long ge jie, ge me ben me na no jie zhong you, Danger Nangara Bede Den Den De Rye Marbo Oza Rambarve Soje Zanje Zanze Nyebar Se Chenze Nende Dene Rela La Yang Oza Rudo Neze Te Sim Jie Le Na Dan Zeng Ba Jia Jiang Wu Zi Zhen De Re Ye Ne Jiao Wa Zhou Wei Jiang Jiu Zhang Jie Wu Ba Mi Ma Sa Be Ma Ra Ge Len Bo Dar Xia Jie Zhang Ye Nyang Ya Long Zhen Zeng 七月南宗所人皆中有，土界因界如来大德在，三界根界当年见菩萨，天也也是见帮助见人在，下界三年永不被感人在，万佛人间。 渐渐人大有，所谓用的加尔森的见多，下界三年用百多见真，能波人间渐渐人大有，可得上生根等所觉可，所谓内son这son真巴勒。 Uzur kamaran tensor soja dang, chebar dewa jinje yende tri, nandang korje tudang jugorde, keje ye la Turn on the lights. Home, in the great blessed sphere of my own promoter, pure awareness abide Amitabha, and retinue as the naturally present inner radiance. From the beginning, the Samaya and the wisdom beings are one, yet the form body manifests out of the experience of great love and compassion, in accordance with the mental inclination of beings. Following your heart pledge, come here to the place and be seated indivisible from the mandala of the Samaya being, upon a cushion of multicolored lotus and the moon. Tibetan Hong Ran Re Ga Dai De Jin Yin Ga Ne Ran Dai Len Do Nan Dai Gor Dai Je No Ne Dam Se Yi Xi Yer Mi Jiang Se Qin Tu Ji Long Ne Zhou Ye Ge Mi Be Lo Dan Zang Bar Nam Ru De To Dan Wang Ge Nian De Re Je Ne Jiang Na zo be ma nye ma din den de, jin zi jin gu ren de dan ye mi yo on am ne de sa ba re wa ren den za re sa ma za za hong ba re sa ma de Rayang Om 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 Sarvan Be Purai Pura Sura Sura Avarde Be Soa Om Benza Savar Nakang Om Sarvan Be Purai Purai Sura Sura Avarde Be Soa Om Benza Savar Nakang Om Sarva Be Burai Burai Sura Sura Avarde Beso Om Benza Savaranaga. I offer this water adorned with attributes, with the nature of generosity to the mouth of the victorious one. May all beings be adorned with perfect abundance. I offer this food cleansing water, pure, core, clear, and exclusive, with the nature of morality to the feet of the victorious one. May all beings be relieved from the misery of existence. I offer various beautiful celestial flowers that have the nature of patience to the eye of the victorious one. May all beings be adorned with the seven attributes of the higher realms. I offer naturally sweet smelling scents and blending incense that have the nature of diligence to the nose of the victorious one. May all beings become free from the bonds of samsara existence. I offer this precious red and lustrous lamp that has the nature of meditation to the heart of the victorious one. May the darkness of all beings' confused mind be dispelled. I offer fragrant medicine, elixir, saffron, and the like, which have the nature of knowledge to the form of the victorious one. May all beings realize in the nature of phenomena. I offer food adorned with the essence of 100 tests, with the nature of a method to the tongue of the victorious one. May all beings be nourished by the food of samadhi. I offer harmonious music songs such as those of conch, drum, and bell, which have the nature of power to the air of the victorious one. May all beings be adorned with bodhichitta. I offer the five desirables of the saints, which have the nature of aspiration to the victorious one. May all beings be established by unfaired bliss. I offer the eight auspicious substance, the eight auspicious symbols, and the seven royal attributes, which have the nature of wisdom to the victorious one. May all beings attain the attributes of Buddhahood. Go back to Tibetan. page 96. 是原来阶段等本就愿的因别让人家为晓得不如根就往本从做就了解当事人有灭一用下次人的此真让人家为晓得不如根所得动啊解就了解拉在没多那种嘴巴的 Zube ranjen jarwe jin lamber Rogen tore yonden den den jo Lenje jarzong jum jo do bende Zunde ranjen jarwe shang lamber Rogen ziben jen le do ware jo Sarjen nawe renjen do mende Samde ranjen jarwe to lamber Rogan chulo lomon se warayo Kogon lazo mede minje cha Shira ranjen jarwe kolambe Rowa genje chinye to warayo Robja judan dembe sharzende Tabje ranjen jarwe jalambe Rogan denzen sejen to warayo Bedong torso nyenje rormoso Tobje ranjen jarwe nyenlambe Dogen sanjo sendan tenparayo Wangbo semsen dupe yondenga Mongla ranjen jarwa namlambe Dogen same deve ngomparayo Trashe zeta jedan jarse den Yeshe ranjen jarwa namlambe Dogen sanje yonden dobar yo Om sarva punza munga samudra savar Samaye aho All owned and unowned things of the entire infinite belong for the universe, my own body, enjoyment, or possessions. I offer without holding anything back to the pure line of Sikavati. May the self-grasping of being be thereby fully pacified. May they be endowed with the bodhichitta, and may their birth in the pure line be unobstructed. 东松节德让将当节节，大德宗当马宗二波当，大力龙就南水永一道，地灭地见人的不若也，如根当真让一上升的。南大地见的多米结瓦日有，昂格日人那门着。Realizing that my own mind is awakened, I pay homage on the atomic level. Empty awareness, free of grasping, is the offering of all apparent existence. Confused perception of dualistic grasping are confused within the experience of Dharmata. I rejoice in the spontaneous perfection of the three kayas, turn the Dharma aware of unceasing compassion. Remain in the Dharma kaya nature that provides all samsara and nirvana. I dedicate the threefold purity within infinite perseverance. Tibetan. Rangsem sanje tope tong san tsar, rei tong zime nang sen chu pan bor, nyen zen ter nang chi nye long de sha, ke song len je zo lai je ye rang, tu je jin je me be chin gor gor, korn de gen ja rang yin ji ge yo, Korsa me me jadar jembo ngo. Shi, always turning the Dharma aware in the pure line of Sikavati. You unceasingly look up in sentient beings with compassion. Homage and praise to Amitabha, who wear a body in equipoise, follow this pledge to act for the purpose of beings. To Chenrezig Varjapane, the other Bodhisattva, the noble example of Ahad, and the gathering of deity dwelling in Sukhavat, art humbly pay homage and effect praise with the body, speech, and mind. Tibetan 100. Shde Jin Shen De Ji Jeng Ko Lo Gor, Sen Jie Nam Lai Da De Tu Ji Ze, Tam Jia Xia Yin Zhou Wei Dong Ze Be, Nan Da Nya Yan Ze La San Tar Tu, Jin Re Ze Dan Te Jin Do Lai So, Jar Se San Sen Zha Jiang Ba Be So, Le Jian Yin De Yu Be La So La, Le Nga Ye Song Ge Be San Tar Tu. From its light, ready and white mantra garland issue forth a magic from my heart, and dissolve into the heart of deity visualized in front. Thus Amitabha, compassionate heart, pledge of body, speech, and mind is evoked. From the mantra garland around the shore at the heart of Amitabha, red mantra garland of light merge from this mouth, enter my mouth, and are obtain blessing and attainments. In the way the mantra circles continuously between myself and Amitabha, the multicolor light issuing from the circling mantra garland. Please, the Buddhas and the Bodhisattva of the 10 directions, purify the three types of absorption of all beings, sentient beings in the three realms and the universe, and the beings transformed into the pure line of Sukhavati. 让人觉得往所都该是大的人大人也就也是个，得有无论安全搞不知，都该内动定节都该的，各种都觉都觉都当个，难得都该人大人安全嘞。Uzar marbo ngan shar ne to rang shar jo sen lang do do te dar jum je de korwa ye ngale uzar ga do na zo ju so je zang sen ye bar se kam son sem jin gen je zhu song ja no ju nam da de jin yuen de ju Om Amidevaya 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 Nare Om Amidevaya 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 Om Om Amidevaya 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 Amidevaya Om Amidevaya So I'm going to do the transmission Amitabha into this Narak. You can chant the mantra Om Amitabha. First I do translation. Buddha Amitabha first. Obami Jogonde de Jinjo Jizawa Yozo Namo Amitabha Sanje Obami Jobarandube Kansa Kange Jingo Tange Jamban de Jube Yose Kanson Shamla Jayor Sandoban and Nanga Lama Obame Balangor Sanjo Sembe Padame Bakorwe Nizu Yubar Yu Japsane Namo Gonjo Zonda Sawason Jamne Namla Japsan Jen Rogan Sanje Langor Sanjo Jodo Sem Jido Jene Samda Javier the Dagaton the Sosan and Latin Bambrone Sojo de Sam Jarvaye Java Seje Damjela and it on the San Salomedo to be Marmede Josero Mola Sopa Jetun Babu Sojo Jesus or Tomamine Baramagajan Sami Semnanya Mawanjave, the bottom Jesha Prajan, Ranja Sanjusan, Sosuchivola Sobe, the Sangava Jesabas, and Alana Diaran, Sanjanam Jasamba, Lawyer Sadachatawa, Jijong the Monte Baye, Jijong Kologoda, Gova Jesam, Madamba, Yang Imada to Jaya, the Najan Sasimaya, Sanjanam Lasexas. Dagasana Jasaba, Dam Jasan Jojo, General Bomado Roya, and Revada Dojo, so General Land, the Beda, Semji, Jula, Semi, Lochi Parsana. Simje Damje Dedan Den George, Dongarkenda Tower Show, Data Tata Maderjan, Tanya Chambon de George, Judo, Yadan Comban, Nothing Conde Chicken Raji, Tom, Maton Covantana Neremo, Oza Ninjas on Josadan, Carbo Yunjole, the Bede Dendarani, Georges Ayata Japan, Shajan Sampanyan, Longo Jake, Mepemanano Jong. Denjananga Bede Dende, Rayama Zaram Barve, Soja Sanjay, Sanjay Barze, Jensen, and the Helata, and Lion was a Rodon Century. Simjelena dancing Bajajan was a Sende in the Jerwan, Jojo Sanjo Obame, Mazape Maragel, and Boda, Georges Sanyam Yalonze. Chicken also Sergeant Jonjo, to change and roll out the Sanji and Jadani Jimbosa, the Yes upon Jujen, Georges Sanji Yombe Pekanze. Carborange, Jinjin Dojo, so you know, Jordan, the Jendo, Janjani, Yon Better, and Jinjin Dojo, Cordosan, and Sojo girls of the Sandra San Valley. Was a command in Soja, Jibber, they were Jinjin the Jane, and the Soja, you could take a genuine and the Jinjan, is a Romoda Danger. Raricada de Jinjin near and down, let on Cordan Jet, and your major answer into Jiloni Sojo, maybe Lord and Sampan. Todawangan and the Shinejan, Nazopeman, the Tamsa Jingon, the Danimario, Amadeva Sapara, Meza Samaya Zaza, Omba, Samaya Titali. He is over Devajini, Ubami, Songol Muzon, and Lagomba Tamse, but the Church Yabada Tamanizam, Chubasan Ryan home, Savan Pepper, Razara, the Beso, Beza Savar, and Akanji, some Jesingela. Ranye duje jembo zava dogani jubela moba de me patine de da ge la de ni juden dan de yon na ta shi ze da zon je ze ba de ma do yin se ze ran de ge ti mo san ju ma ja ba de ne ju bar san la re yin la je dan de me je yon de je me ra ye jar ve jar dan ba do gen jo wa be san so je je dan se re nyo me yon ja zan de se re na ye ja ve ja dan ba do gen se be dong wa jin je la ze me dong na zon ze ban de zu ba ra ye ja ve jin lam do gen to re yin de den da jo Tenje Jarson Trumjo Dupinde, Zundera Yajava Jalamba, Dogan Sibajan Lavasho, Sayinama Richard Dumande, Sandera Yajava Tolamba, Dogan Tolomon Savarsho, Kogola Song Edim Hinja, Gerara Yajava Galaba, Dogan Jin Tovarsho, Roja Judan Dembeshazende, Dajara Yajava Jalamba, Dogan Tenzin Sejan Tovarsho, Beton Torson, Romoso, Dojara Yajava Jinamba, Dogan Sanjasan Dembarsho, Amosan Dobayondenga, Molara Yajava Nala. Dogen Sami Deving Omorsho, Taji Zeta Jeda Jasade, Yiraji Jawana Lamba, Dogen Sanji Yude Dobarsho, Sawa Mepazam, Manga Samada Savarena Samaya, Hongji, Judo, Merabavan, Dosan Jede, Rajada Jeja, Dada Zona Mazong Boda, Dalelunju, Doba Jinjim, Limide Jinjin Burwaye, Dogen Danza Rajasan, Nanda, Jenda Tomi, Jevarsho, Rena Mandala Penzamanga, Hongimbu, Yina Dimbane, Ransa Sanjito, Donsan, Donzemi Nasa Jivan, Nizana Jini Londa Sha. 各种人就做了这样，都就今天没被经过讲，可能更加让一个用口说明灭加达了前波，我都把3万年那些当起了的，新港让从一些就罗巴的嘛，让的我是今年我是基本的总结啥काम都把也了的，天梦大山浪那年前在你手机用的这些给别都把那热的今天的几种过路过路，甚至拿了的都几岁，当家下线周围东西把他那年养在了上次都。 Jere zedan tujin tola so, jere sansan papa, jere se sansan rajan papa so, tejin jende yobala so, lenga todo de menera ni wazo to gar da den ran da yedo yeso gar de yo len hane karbon tu to gan don de to gar de ko so to dan gar ran de to gar dan han de le wazo mar ban han de jani to ran ga yo sen lam do to Edara jume che den ko wa ye nga le zo na do ka do nga le wo zo ro ka do na zo de so je wa san san ni bar zo sam som sem je gen je dik dab jan no ju nam da de jin shen den jo on am de wa ra chi da kap so gomi kap so gomi mi chang san mi long de je nga ne da hon ra ri na wan da ye ke zo de da we san la de na wan da ye lo na mi ra ri ji gong zar je on am de wa ra ji kan ro den ta ra jum ning gong bo sang je o ba mi 最近加的是上升跑步说，你梦着了，都就让光了，到时候对现现在人的上面去，都去当家经营的，都他妈也都去忘个了，连个他人和我当中的，大大你的人把这的时候的，有着不就个呗，那的都来都去我们去，到时候着问人家根本没当真，我都只把让这些大米这个公办工就是啥东西没这样安的的，安的也是今年是两百下，的那把工的来上位，说那他也他妈干到的，着等下就我心话呢。 我把米本来了，头把手机写就那红日这个，更强公布我把米弄个在人家是什么做这个年纪查询科技正常那得清楚不查些就没到，个家人家罗莫着过基本的那新加坡这点大姐，连就说那我把米把你把多少少都是跟家啦嘛多人同中我把米这他们懂的，卡萨现在呢有把些家境个钱罗莫真的说话大把的。 Yang aja rumah jenis untuk dalam agama yang cemil itu tenyi mepo be sekitar de bandi doa mampu dewa cinta cewa jujur je. Sonam de dam je sebani sonam je berdana bandi de jangan je berdana beso berdana doa doa Narak Kongsha transmission nyamcha digde tamje jabo jabo Narak Kongsha jozo namjor belame deje Shitro yonzo na Danger Namkar Nyada Peme Ding Wang Bung Monson Dang Dawarsha Lamer Yobar Samban de lead the need to Nga Shak Say Ying Nong Senda Jet the Tam Jet Javaso Jet Awaja Sardap Jen Tamzela Breman and Rom Yoro Lamar and Zenjava Jet Jengor Jolazo Dam Jen and then Namkar Benzar Sama Emma Ozo Jet DJ Genja Danye Lama Yero Yero Yonzo Gonde Rajan se san ju ye yong de me so la ma la san ze lo me ge zhe ji ge la san ze lo de jin long ju zo ge la san ze ru ji yang zhi ge la san ze lo ne lo men ju de ge la san ze lo yang dang gong bar san ju ge la san ze lo ni mo xian ze xie wa la san lo da cha ju zhou ge la san ze lo tam gong ce dan yang ba ge la san ze lo yong de zhe pe ma song la san yang da dong zhen pe za tu la san ze lo dong ne se de zhen pin la san ze lo zhe ban jin ze pe la la 上则龙就往阿达嘛，没做了上，萨达浪做人真做了上则罗，那把存在当今阿拉上则罗，那根 Ngata sola sanza lo hong rari raji derba nyam yin ngang le yi ji yara kenda zang bo ya yon la yi ji da sara sanza lo mudo yere me gong ba la yi xin nga yen dan sar ringa de wa re shi ba la ni mong da sara sanza lo yin ji ngang le ji pe je yi ji nga ye zhou jia wa yin ji yom je nga la la ni wang da sara sanza lo yi ji ma mu zong zhou ba dong da rang xia re san ju song ba je na la na ji da sara sanza lo yi xin ngang le yong de zo ji neng er zhou jia dan ben ji ba lam Jina la yu de da sara sanza lo do ban de ren ze ba wu go da dan zeng be ju na ra da go wa jina la lo da da sara sanza lo san da nin ji ga wa dang da ni ye ye ro dong ze go jong zhou mo jina la da je da sara sanza lo do ba zhou len ko wa zhou ma re wang ge song wa na du jin de ren ze de zhou 吃吧大色上着罗红给的上波的上就做了上着罗东阿妈帮但是被害了个了上着罗眼泪个眼他也就这么用了上着涂了纸白上去莫这么接了上着罗上着接受不娘莫长命接了上着罗不旅行动就在马公嘛也了上着罗就点家罗这把莫往上马了上着罗红也没大个现在些俺就这边 Korjikor jambarko la sanzalo hong tamling jarpo wangala wanda thapchin korjikor pe masong la sanzalo hong barjin benza eraka ranang sarwen korjiko yanda thok la sanzalo hong chumni chimcho heraka shiro ranja la yaka yonde je la sanzalo hong dori yon chenleka chojin barwen korjiko chelenze la sanzalo Muzo jarbo heraka yuwang ale tripaka mame zo la sanzalo hong renzeng dorje tapesa sadang lam la nebaka renzeng zo la sanzalo hong sang dao po keng hong jin ji de zhe ba nam ye ge den ba jiong la sang za lo hong top din nao bon de zhe jie zhang na dao mang bei ge da gen de la sang za lo de de jie wo xie de lo gang gen zhe de sang za na dang zhe nyam jia gen zang nian zang ming a ye de ba da na ra ne jiang dong lu ren zhen jia wei xian de zha le jian nam ba me bei jiong a den to la ye jie jia ming a dong la dong wei jia me bei tar mo ning gar jia de bei jiang sa dab den sa xie de la song zhen ni jiu ji zhe le nga zhe jie de do jie sen ba jie wo gong na ra 东中波当贝扎萨多萨玛亚曼的巴拉伊梅扎萨多诺巴德诺梅巴斯的格梅巴斯的梅巴安德拉多梅巴瓦萨瓦斯的梅扎萨拉格马萨梅斯的耶格隆哈哈哈我班个萨瓦达当个当贝咱们明面咱贝扎巴马萨玛亚萨多啊红血肉让将工作所有加瓦嘎当那么long的这些马间个行州都是老公这些老许个搭档搭瓦老什么这当讲着了你在这做家当这的做农帮你是叫 各有当真，娘把那些的拉走，今儿下一当拉当，过马上在那代表马大家送个当真，娘把那些人啊些这今儿下上今年的当街把跟那扎钱，当真的都叫当真，娘把那要些这今儿下西巴沙位当真啊。 人儿嘛是老巴的的，没办法呀，当真啊，马来王个东啊个当的浪位，当真啊，咱们的当把米接这巴沙位当真，让老些呢巴拉嘛是老接巴沙位当真啊，也是嘛是老巴接人了当真，伢嘛那也当啦也今儿下你把这边当真也。 nhà đầu tư trong chiếu bát cha lấy lỗi yên và nhị cho mong son cho sen này chỉ chính cho tổ chức cha cái các gia cho bên nhà làm mà cho đó bao nhiêu cho bao nhiêu mà sau đó mà giờ nhắm vào trường các đồ tạm chính chính hay cho ý cho nhắm cho tạm nhắm tại vì cha để ăn kinh giờ san cho sen yên ban mẹ bé tao mình ban mẹ bé của nhà này mẹ bé cho bắt đầu rồi mẹ bé san cho sen tao yên lo tạm cho nhắm cho mà xong mà chỉ bảo xa gì nhỉ mẹ cho hong chi yên nhỉ cho ba mẹ ba la nhỉ 有没你这大瓦当然接，你帮什么这帮年人忙，这没得金龙的下巴了接，跟着上巴上你没把啦，上那没把大瓦当然接，上个你生这帮年人忙，跟上得金龙的下巴接，你把你老姐就没把啦，大大现在大瓦当然接，接你生这帮年人忙，你得金龙的下巴接，上就上到姐姐没把啦，那他什么大瓦当然接，接你生这帮年人忙，前面用龙的下巴接，这来金巴上没把啦，做到这是大瓦当然接，这是也生这帮年人忙，跟你东部对了龙的下，对上就往没把俺你来，他妈大瓦当然接，把你生这帮年人忙。 这种就我没把弄得下，那种一些做着着完了，今天你是到我当然接，这种你是怎么你人忙，那这没弄得下边接，你把一些到接着完了，从这你是到我当然接，到现你是怎么你人忙，你把一些弄得下边接，今天弄到这把没把，你怎么你是到我当然接，到你是怎么你人忙，今天弄到弄得下边接，呀一个老样都没把了，是到弄到我当然接，样都你是怎么你人忙，呀一样都没把弄得下，要么就可能都没把了，等到我到我当然接，都没你是怎么你人忙，半个样都没把弄得下。 这个老你怎么办了？是到那的到我当然接，如今你是怎么你来忙？这个你话没办弄的下，马上这边什么你来接，什么去啷个帮什么在？刚才这边什么用了个，今天去啷个到都那是今晚一般嘛去的，上次那老什么交把钱，我让一般嘛去，年限这做了大半在，没去结果弄的用了个，等不动我没给来了种，等不搞我没去，因为来让你都没因为来了种，那都没什么你来。 也是没办弄的下巴儿接，这个大个小巴当做当这边这个是没 Minda Rada Tormata Marmisa Vandangika Tambu Dirza Kabala Done Burwe Dobji Den the Gijula Kan Jumbo Maji Ransom Chebeze Done Daba Samera Zabje Yin La Dong Zawajila Yin La Dong Ringa Java Dribeze, Tamse Kong Minje de Omeda Timbone, Rayu Dribezana, Yishinga Yojagan, Gazajepe Jagan, Doju Gomba Zobadon, Doju Dribero, Thomas, Oma Jorogan, the Zabetoda, Rana Yishavaka, Jeroranja Lasogan, Doju Dribero, Dojin Chandra, so on the bottom Jaga, Jingan Jubeka, Doju Gomba Zojo, Tamsan Jabara, Generata Tola. Rong Chen Ye Len Ye 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 Do Je Jab Ka Do Ma Si Ba Ji Ba Je Ye Ra Be Ma Ra Da Ran Song Ra Yen Je Da Wa So Ga Ra Se Je Ma Bo Jong Wa Ra Dam Je Da Ba Wang Ge Ze Ma Dan Ka Song Ko Ba Je Re Ga Yu Gong Ba La Si Song Ko Ba Je Chu Be Ze Sa Sin La De Yum Je Gen Da Zang Mo La Yi Jin Ja Ba Dong Sen Ba Ran No Ro Be Zo Na La Du Je Ko Ba Chu Ban Ba Ma Mang Kan Ro Dam Je La Dam Se Gong Ze Sa Chi Jong Ka Song Tam Je La De Len Ze Be Dong Se Ga Dam Se Gong Lang Ge Do Zo De Ne So Da Do Ma Do La 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 Wei Jin De Ge Do Hong Kam Song So Wa Se Je Je Da Da Xin Do So Ro Se Jin Je Da Ba Bong Ba Shan Za Ge Ba Wang De Ye Ju Sharzen de Yona Zozo, Mibe San Juba Baraji, and so Mibe Baraji, Lalan Zibarba, Trovela Jibarba, Lamana Nibarba, Karuna Jibarba, Kazona Zamba, Tamse Kamatin, the Bora, the Nemame Komotola, Hon Zekoma Jazara, some Domo Jazazo, Juma Juma Jagan, Savama Jaban, Tamsing Jakamas, Mibe Javana Lambo, Mechi Borani, Yongatana, Jetoranja Tudanka. Ranja Tudanga, Ningaji Jaborane, Yishizan Tilesa, Ranzo Jeva Tudanga, Lebatonga Borane, Ranzo Roja Zamba, Ranzo Robe Tudanga, Migate Naval, Ribarazonga Misa, Dojo Lobo Tudanga, Salon Tilenamala, Shibaranzo Salazar, Mamonga de Tudanga, Jidin Sibayambala, Zaka Ujetil, Sayutam Jitodanga, Tamzania Jatam Jagan, Tudamanga Gabarzo, Jodan Mongo Rozo, some made us on waiting for the Lamayana. Ribeji Marmi Tanda Berzaji, and Laton Yamarata, Kangaji, Yunzo Juba Marata, Metan, the Yunzo of Jibamba, Kayanda, Jamirata, Margini Jubers, Jutong Java, Zens, and Jibamara, the Jibar Jesus, or Jison Jugo de Dibao. Finishing Narakoncha transformation. Okay, so now we go to the, I think, Narakoncha practice. This is really long sadhana. You have lots of information, teachings, Amitabha, Sadhana. So I think you understand all this Amitabha, everything, right? Everyone okay? You have to visualize ourselves as Chinreze. For Chinreze, then we visualize Buddha Amitabha in front. So then have 7 branches, offerings, confessions. So all these offering, confessions, absolute truth offering and the confessions. They have different levels. Some is outer level, 7 branch practice. Some is inner level, 7 branch practice. So now we go to Narak. It's Shitro practice. This is the Shitro. Usually, actually, we talked Bardo teaching, I think, a couple of years ago. So long as you have that teaching, you understand all these deities. So then last week also we share Poa and we chant the Pardo prayer. So that is this very similar. This Narakonsha. Narakonsha is the focus for the confession. So confession to all these Shitro deities, Yadam deities. Then Shitro Yadam deity has 42 piece for deity. His images in this Sadhana page 23. So going to mention about all these deities' names. And then we have Rat for deity is page 31, the 58 Rat for deities. So this all the Yadam deities is actually within in our body. So now we don't recognize because due to obstacles. And then when we die, so then this deity is appeared to in the front, it form body. So that time we have to recognize it's our own emanation. So it's separate within us. It's actually within our, or the deity is within our own mind and body. So we are same with the seeds. Think about the big trees seeds. So seeds is put in the ground. You don't recognize that the seed is going to ripen the tree, branches, leaf, flowers, fruit. Actually, seeds has all that cause. So now we practice Yadam deity is create a karmic imprint. We're going to ripen, our deity's mandala. So now the drain the impure, seeds is like no ripening, it's like we are impure. That time we don't recognize. So seeds is under the ground. We're going to put the seeds under the ground and then put the warm weather and the water. So that's the practice. Then ripening seeds is become, trees, branches, leaves, flowers, fruit, all is ripening. So that is the fruition of the completion practice Yadam deity means. And then this Yadam deity is not separate within us. It is within our own inner, our body's quality. No, we don't recognize that. So the point we create our karmic imprints. So then some, people has connections, previous life, due to some conditions, you recognize you have all these deities within your own body. So who that's sometimes connections happening some people, but generally we have to create our karmic imprints, these deities, and habituate, used to, and then one day you recognize all the deities within us. Then everything is transformed, changed. No same is right now our perception. So now is we are impure. During that, we have all this impure perception, 6 realms. So when you ripening or you practice this, become you recognize your all these qualities, and then all the right now what we have this impure perceptions transform is changed. So then that time wherever you are, so that place is Yadam deity is pure line. And where you stay, the house is a deity's palace. And where your, every perception is deity's form. So that's we, create our karmic imprint. If we don't create our karmic imprints, we cannot ripening, it's a deity's mandala. So if we don't put the seeds in the ground, then whether warm condition is the same as compassion. So no warm weather, good condition, then no possible ripening seeds. So warm weather is the same as create compassion. The water is the same as wisdom. And then seeds is the same as nature. Nature is ripening to the, fruition is like seeds become apple to the trees and the flowers. So we are impure this body and the channel, wing, everything is transformed to the become Yadam deities. So our channels wing is the same. It's like the tree has like grown. There has like root, many different root, right? Same, like water go into their soils, waters, and warm weather. They all conditions. This become ripening. So same, when you chant the mantras, practice Yadam deity, our impure this channels, wind, this all nadas is like waking. The if you go more inner level, subtle level, conscious, the subtle level, you go into the body senses, you can feel. Otherwise, we don't fear that because due to these thoughts and emotions, we don't fear that. Actually, each mantra practice like waking all the channels and the nadas, chakras, waking. Same is like you pouring water into the seeds. So that kind is like this Yadam deity practice. Then Yadam deity practice is, we using or the enlightened beings using is more powerful. If you're going to warm up the frozen ground your hand, it take long time. So you don't have power to warm up frozen ground. So that is like you put effort is not enough. We use enlightened beings, this called support, and Buddha Dharma Sangha, or enlightened body, speech, mind, and the special object, and the practice using is the same as we make the fire. Fire make easily better than your hand. Frozen ground is like become how to say the change to is unfrozen, right? Unfrozen or make a warm. Then you use the Mahamudra and actually practice Yadam deity using your view meditation. Use like visualize Yadam, but at the same time you are into the nature. And this Amitabha, we chant the mantra. So second mantra is no door mantra. So you'd stay in the known door and practice the Yadam deity. Then that is the same as the sun. So sun shines, then the frozen ground is easily warm up and unfrozen. It's become transformed, it's changed. So that's the power, using. Difference is like we cannot do ourselves. That's why we need support. And we use this method to practice, help us become, frozen ground is transformed to the warm, and then easily seeds is can ripening. Otherwise, the seeds is like die there, like not possible to ripening, right? That's why this practice is a kind of a more using special method. And then same time, we create so much non-virtuous deeds, karma, many lifetimes. So using confession is more powerful, purifying. If purification also same, your remove your hand, like I just told you, warm up frozen ground is take long time and very hard to warm up, and also you get tired, you get also frozen again, because we have self-grasping and this impure perceptions and all these samsaric conditions so strong, very hard to warm up ourselves and benefit others. So that's why we hard to also purify our karma. That's the reason we're using this special practice, purify our negative karma. And then we can help for other beings. Sun shines not only warm for us, right? So we can warm whole universe, the whole land is become warm up. So same, this practice is not only benefit us, then become benefit for others. So that's the kind of, you have to understand. The point is, so now we go to this Narak. Narak, we do the once English, once Tibetan today. I hope we have enough time. So English you go first, then we do the Tibetan. So I think we need a charm master English. So English also we go to sections and the sections, not the whole thing. First section, page 1 to page 3, the 42 peaceful deity. After that, Debbie, please go ahead. Beginning page 1 to page 3, enter the 42 peaceful deities English.
Okay, sure, Kempo. All the Vijaya gurus and deities of the mandalas, the peaceful and wrathful victorious ones, are present in the sky before me. Vajra Samaya. Emaho, we call upon all the great enlightened beings from every place and time. All you gurus, peaceful and wrathful victorious ones, turn your wisdom towards us. Come now, take your places on the seats of lotus, sun, and moon, and accept our prostrations and offerings so that we may purify impairments and breakages in even the lower realms. To all the masters endowed with perfect qualities, we prostrate. To the Dharmakaya beyond concept or elaboration, we prostrate. To the Sambhogakaya, the perfect enjoyment of great bliss, we prostrate. To the Nirmanakaya lords, protectors of beings manifesting in diverse forms, we prostrate. To the Vajrakaya of the unchanging natural state, we prostrate. To the perfect Kaya of complete awakening, we prostrate. To the peaceful deities who pacify the afflictive emotions, we prostrate. To the wrathful deities who annihilate mistaken views, we prostrate. To the body of gentle splendor, Lord of means and master of life, we prostrate. To the lotus-like speech which resounds without error, we prostrate. To the Vajra mind endowed with the true meaning, we prostrate. To the healing nectar which dispels the sickness of the 5 poisons, we prostrate. To the deities of Kalaya who vanquish arrogant demons, we prostrate. To the host of Mamos who control the 5 elements, we prostrate. To the Vijaras who mastered the paths and stages, we prostrate. To the oath-bound ones who guard the teachings, we prostrate. To the lords of mantra who subdue enemies and obstacle makers, we prostrate. Did you want to stop there, Kempo, or continue?
Yes. So now go to Tibetan. O Lama Rinzin Jarwai Jeju Jinko Je Lazo Damje Denje Nanga Benzar Sama Zai Ma Zoje Dije Genje Danye Je Lama Jarwai Jeju Yunzo Gon Deje Nyadabe Lai yo nyam ja nara jan ser san ju yi Yong den ben zo lama nam lai san ze lo mi mi zhi zhar qi ji ge lai san ze lo de jin long ju zo be ge lai san ze rong guan jie yang zhi be ge lai san ze lo ne lo men jie de ji ge lai san ze lo yang da ngong ba re san ju ge lai san ze 念梦现在学问拉来三则罗，罗达扎就周围格来三则罗，当光在当江巴尔格来三则， 将这扎着北门送来三子罗，杨的东zem边扎都来三子，东岸内斯的zem面来三子，这般将在不不拉来三子罗，永往阿当阿弥走三子罗，撒旦拉走人真错来三子，电把送在当今南来三子。Ragender de ngada zola zanzelo. Sono page 32, page 6 bottom, 58 Wrath for deity. Mary, please.
Okay, Kempo. Whom, self-aware, self-knowing, and undiluted, from the state of equality, pure wisdom arises, so we may purify mind and objects we prostrate. To Samantrabhadra and his consort, in enlightened wisdom, free from thought and undivided, the five pure wisdoms shine as glowing lights, so we may purify mind's affliction, we prostrate. To these five families of the bliss-gone Buddhas, causes great out of basic space arise as partners of the five pure wisdom. So we may purify the elements we prostrate. To the five great consorts of basic space, a host of pure wisdom emanations, manifest spontaneously for beings' benefits. So we may purify consciousness we prostrate. To these eight great warriors of awakening, in the state of wisdom, enlightened qualities are complete, and the desired attainments fall like rain, so we may purify space and time, we prostrate. To these eight great goddesses offering valiant beings, great goddesses of offering, valiant beings, subduers of the malevolent, free from the faults of clinging to a self, so we may purify wrong views, we prostrate. To these four Takritas who guard the gates, those who bring benefits to beings through love, compassion, joy, and equanimity, to purify eternalism and nihilism, we prostrate. To these four gatekeeping ladies of wrath, from six patterns of thought, six realms of samsara, arise through the forces of unawareness, so that we may purify delusions, we prostrate. To the six sages who tame through compassion.
Thanks, Mary. Tibetan, page 342, Peace for Deity. Oi ran rei ran yin zhi ba zhe nyam nian ngang le yi xie xia re gen de zang bo yang yong la yi ji dai zer san zi loi me do yer mi gong ba la yi xie nga yi hong dang sa ri nga de wa re xie ba lai ni mong dai zer san zi loi yin jian ngang le ji be ji yi xie nga yi 着下为研究用见俺南来用啊大事，三者来一些之把忙不走，若为懂得，让下为三九生把艰难了，南去大事，三者来一些俺来用定做军动而着。 恰当本求白拉莫艰难了，有的大事三者喽，多半的人在把我个大等真白，用当这大这个外也难了，老大事三者喽，三当年节高瓦当大娘也。 劳动在各种周末也难了，大街大事，三者老都把周来可外周，马来万个送完南途经的人在头周了，吃把大事，三者老。So then. Page enter Vajrasattva mantra. Mature in the row, please enter Vajrasattva mantra.
Yes, Kimpola.
The 58 wrathful deities.
Whom expression of pure awareness, always excellent, to rest
Chief of the mandala, we prostrate. Five poisons, not abandoned but perfected. To the wrathful Herukas, we prostrate. Arisen from basic space, uniting means and wisdom. To the wrathful consorts, we prostrate. Great secret ladies emanated from wisdom. To the 8 female furies, we prostrate. Fanged and winged devourers, female messengers. To the 8 Traman goddesses, we prostrate. Ladies who entice, capture, bind, and enrapture. To the 4 female gatekeepers, we prostrate. Female emanations in worldly guise. To the Ishvari goddesses, we prostrate. Whom Yamantaka, slayer of the Lord of Death, surrounded by terrifying hosts of haughty demons, to the body of gentle splendor we prostrate. Whom Hayagriva, sovereign deity of power, and a retinue skilled in magnetizing and subjugation, to the lotus speech we prostrate. Whom great and glorious Vajra Heruka, surrounded by a self-manifested retinue, to the pure and authentic mind we prostrate. Whom mighty Chemchog Heruka, and limitless peaceful and wrathful deities, to the perfected qualities we prostrate. Whom Vajra Kumara, embodiment of activity, with the 10 wrathful ones blazing with fire, to the enlightened activity we prostrate. Whom the Heruka, fully perfected king, with a retinue formed of the 5 elements, to the host of Mammals we prostrate. Whom the Vidyadhara, mighty Vajra Rat, encircled by those on the paths and stages, to the host of Vidyadharas we prostrate. Whom, Lord of secrets, cloaked in blue, surrounded by arrogant worldly forces, to the protectors of the teachings we prostrate. Whom, Tobden Nakpo, powerful and strong, surrounded by masters of wrathful mantras, to the subduers of enemies and obstructors we prostrate. Whoever prostrates upon hearing in this way the names of the peaceful and wrathful victorious deities will heal all impairments and breakages of samaya, and purify the negativity of the 5 boundless crimes. Even the lower realms will be emptied from their depths and proclaim the Buddha field of the Vidyadharas. Now all the faults of our past misdeeds we verbally disclose and mentally confess, and purify with lamentation and remorse. In devotion we join our palms at our hearts, and in faith we prostrate ourselves entirely, calling on the peaceful and wrathful deities by name. Then with body and speech held firm, we visualize Vajrasattva at our crowns, and recite the essence of the Narak truth.
Thank you. General, so we go back to which page? Page bottom 6, right?
Yes.
On gende zambo repe zare jimjo zo lai sanze lo dunga ma ban tar senpe her ga lai sanze lo yen le ge yen da jo chome yong la sanze lo to le zhe pe sang ji mo chomo je la sanze lo sa si je yo po nya mo cha mi je la sanze lo gong zhen jing dong yin ze ma go ma ye la sanze lo ji din cha lo zhi ba mo wang so ma la sanze lo hong yan min da ga xian ye xian nam je zhe be kor ji gong jiang bar ge lai sanze lo hong dam den yar bo wang ge lai wang zha da jian kor ji ge bei ma song la sanze lo hong bar jin ben za er ga ran nang sa re kor ji ge yang da do la sanze lo hong zhong din jian jiu er ga xie zhou ran jiang la ye ge yong din jie la 三色罗红多杰永能真来的朝见巴瑞，可觉根真来在来三色罗红工作加波。黑热干永往阿来，这不个妈咪错了。三色罗红人真多耶，找不着撒旦啦啦。那不个人真做来，三色罗红三位大波，跟红见一定只把南这个天把将了。三色罗红多的那波，特萨拉金。张阿达波芒贝格扎根的来三色罗，迭代加瓦谢之拉干个真的三色人呐，当真娘家跟上的参明阿耶的巴达那拉内家，东周的人真加为现得着来见南巴。明白就阿登陀拉也接下宁阿东拉东为家人明白他人莫宁卡拉家特别讲啥大点啥学着拉宗才你就一色灵啊走街的多接生吧结果个那拉东着宁波的我们本扎萨多萨玛呀玛尼巴拉呀本扎萨多的诺巴的张真肉没巴苏的嘎哟没巴哇苏贝嘎哟没巴哇Nerado me bava sarvai side minja yanza sarvai gan sesai me sedan sheyang kuro ha ha ho banga ven sarva dadan benzar ma me benzar pa ma samaya sato benzar sato samaya manu palayam benzar sato dino ba de jan jan me bava su de gayo me bava su gayo me bava Anerado me bava zava se de minja yin sa sava kama se sa me se dan ye an karo hong ha ha banga ven sava da dan ka dan bezar ma mi benza bezar samaya sato am benza sato samaya manu palayam benza sato dino ba de jan jan me bava su de gayo me bava su gayo me bava anerado me bava zava se de minja yin Sava kama se sa me se dan ye an karo hong ha ha banga ven sava da dan ka dan benza ma mi benza benza bama samaya sato am benza sato samaya Manu palayam benza sato te nova te jan jan me bava su de gayo me bava su pe gayo me bava ne rado me bava sava se de me enza sava kama se sa me se da shiyang karo hong ha o banga me sava da dan ka da me sa ma mi me sa pa ma sa ma ya sato me sa sato sa ma ya manu palayam benza sato te jan jan me bava su de gayo me bava su pe gayo me bava ne rado me bava sava se de me enza sava kama se sa me se da shiyang karo hong ha o banga sava da dan ka da me sa ma mi me sa pa ma sa ma ya Sato, Sato, Samaya, Manu, Palayam, Sato, Dinova, Tirano, me Bava Sudik, Subikayo, me Bava, Nerado, me Bava, Sava, Sede, Minda, Sava, Kama, Same, Sada, Yerian, Goroha, Obanga, Sava, Dangada, Samame, Benza, Bama, Samaya, Sato, Benza, Sato, Samaya, Manu, Palayam, Sato, Dinova, Tirano, me Bava Sudikayo, me Bava Subikayo, Nanerado, me Bava, Sava, Sede, Minda, Sava, Kama, Same, Sada, Yerian, Goroha, Obanga, Sava, Dangada, Samame, Sabe, Samaya sato benza sato samaya mane balaya benza sato dino bati jano me bava sudi kayo me bava subi kayo me bava nerado me bava sawa sede mira sawa kama sasa me sada yeriyan koro ha obanga benza vata dangata benza mami benza benza bama samaya sato benza sato samaya mane benza sato dino bati jano me bava sudi kayo me bava subi kayo me bava nerado me bava sawa sede mira inza sawa kama sasa me sada yeriyan koro Obanga Zavada Dangada Beza Mami Meza Beza Pama Samaya Sato Beza Sato Samaya Manavada Yameza Sato Tirano Me Bava Sudi Kayo Me Bava Subi Kayo Me Bava Nerato Me Bava Sava Sidi Mita Enza Sava Kama Sida Meza Yangoro Savada Dangada Beza Mami Meza Beza Pama Samaya Sato Beza Sato Samaya Manavada Yameza Sato Tinova Tirano Me Bava Sudi Subi Kayo Me Bava Nerato Me Bava Sava Sidi Mita Enza Sava Kama Sida Meza Yangoro Obanga Zavada Dangada Beza Mami Meza Benzara Bama Samaya Sato Benzara Sato Samaya Manu Badaya Benza Sato Tinova Tirano Me Bava Sudikayo Me Subikayo Me Bava Nerato Me Bava Sava Sede Minda Inza Sava Kama Sisa Me Sada Yangoro Obanga Zavada Dang Bezara mami meza meza bama samaya sato benza sato samaya mane balaya benza sato dino badirano me bawa sudigayo Zube gayo me bawa nerado me bawa sawa sete me janza sawa kama se same se da ye angoro ha o banga me sawa da danga da me sama Rama samaya sato benza sato samaya mane balaya benza sato dino badirano bawa sudigayo me bawa zube gayo me bawa Anerado me bava sawa se de mino enza sawa kama se zame se da ye angro ha o manga me sawa da danga da me sama me me zame sawa samaya sato benza sato samaya mane balaya benza sato dino badirano no me bava su de gayo me bava su de gayo me bava anerado me bava sawa se de mino enza sawa kama se zame se da ye angro ha o manga me sawa da danga da me sama me me zame sawa samaya sato benza sato samaya Mane balaya benza sato dino badirano no me bava su de gayo me bava su de gayo me bava anerado me bava sawa se de me enza sawa kama se zame se da Sheyangurunga Obanga Vesavada Dangada Benza Mame Meza Beza Bama Samaya Sato Benza Sato Samaya Manubalayan Benza Sato Dinoba Dirandome Sudikayo Me Bava Subikayo Me Bava Nerado Me Bava Sawa Sedemi Raza Sawa Gama Sesa Meseda Sheyangurunga Obanga Sawata Dangada Benza Mame Meza Beza Bama Samaya Sato Benzara Sato Samaya Manubalaya Benzara sato dino ba de jan 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 me ba so de kayo me ba wa so be kayo me ba wa ane rado me ba wa sarvai se de me jai sarvai karma se sai me se dai yang guru ho ha ha ho bangave sarva da 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 benzara ma me Benzara ba ma samaya sato benza sato benza sato benza sato benza sato Om benzara sato benza 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 Om benzara sato benza 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 sato Om benzara sato benza 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 Om benzara sato 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 sono page 13 to page 17 confession and the experience of the view. After that, Amanda, can you do please the page 13 to there?
Yes, thank you, Kempo.
Thanks.
Confession of downfalls. Ho, vast array of peaceful and wrathful deities, turn your minds towards us. Failing to follow the Buddha's words and our teacher's instructions, we have fallen into error and confusion. Our gracious Vajra master, we have abused and looked upon mistakenly, with cruel minds, harsh words, anger, and attachment. We have physically abused and brought real harm upon our consorts and Dharma brothers and sisters. All these impairments of the samaya of the body we confess before the host of deities, peaceful and wrathful. Failing to visualize the Yidam deity and retinue, chanting and reciting incorrectly or with interruption, all these impairments of the samaya of the speech we confess before the five families, peaceful and wrathful. Having pledged to maintain the 10 secrets, we announce them to all and reveal the sacred substances. All these impairments of the samaya of the mind we confess before the victorious ones, peaceful and wrathful. 5 samayas are 3 of recognition, but not recognizing the 5 families, we view them falsely. 5 samayas are there of not abandoning, but through ignorance we stray into the 5 poisons. 5 samayas are there of accepting, but we view clean and unclean and are careless in our acts. 5 samayas are there of accomplishment, but not knowing how to abide within, we go astray. 5 samayas are there of enactment, but failing to discriminate, we act mistakenly. All these impairments of the branch samayas in the presence of the Yidam deities we now confess. Ignoring the meditations of approach and accomplishment, failing to offer on full and new moon days at the 6 times, lazy, distracted, and overcome by drowsiness, hoarding and offering too little out of stinginess, acting like a tsok wolf, eating and drinking before it is time, polluting the first portion and keeping the remainder, acting abruptly and without care and consideration. All these faults of impairment, witting or unwitting, we confess before the Dakinis and Samaya-bound protectors. All impairments of the Samayas of mind we now confess through the view, and the state of the universal ground, the mind of awakening. We realize the view in which there is no affirmation. We experience the meditation in which nothing is negated, and we realize the action without acceptance or denial. In this mind of awakening without hope or fear, no breakage or impairment of any root or branch vows could ever occur or ever come to pass. And beyond the duality of confessed and confession, we are freed.
Thanks, Amanda. So go to page 13. Oi Shitro Ranjang Gong Se Sor Jarwe Gadang Lame Long Jie Yin Ma Jin Gar Yin Zhou Dor Jie Lo Bu Zhen Qin Lai Xie Gar De Dang Da Wa Lo Zong Man Jie Dang Jiang Zhe Lan Ngen Zhen Cei Zuo Jia Dang Se Li Zuo No Ba Ngui Se Xiu Ge Ye Dang Zai Nyang Ba Na Xie Zhi La Zuo Ingarisha Yedam Ladang Korma Saran Zabdan Devyu Madacha Songa Dam Zen Yambana Ringa Shechi Jingarisha Sanjun Yerde Dam Jeba Kinla Jai Shin Dam Zedin Doja Dam Zen Yambana Yarwa Shechi Jingarisha Shibarasa We Dam Zenga Ringar ma shi lo para de me bang wa ye dang zai nga ma re wang ge dong a gor dang de la we dang zai nga za me de dang ba mi je zhe para sa we dang zai nga rang la ne par ma shi lo je para sa we dang zai nga ye sa ra ma shi lo para je yin la dang zai nyang ba na Yadam la ye, jingar sha nian ba zhe be, den zhen ye re niu mong de zhou, che ba jia le lo yin wa nye jie mong, song jiu sen ne, ye jin zhong, zuo jie jiang ge, ka sa re xiu re pei nyam la ma, zhe wa dan ba mi ju ba, zing wa ye, zor da ma zor, 娘北京看着当今，今儿下也接当娘，大卫下的样跟着，上九三云把门北，大瓦多门把门北，公娘里云门门北，九把多人多门北，上九三早晚人拉当街。 娘家马宗马吉巴下山下子你米中。From there to page 23. Yeah. So, Abura and David, can you do the page 72, page 23?
Kenpo, yes. 17 to 23.
Yes.
When the absolute space of phenomena is beyond elaboration, how tiresome is the view of existence and non-existence. How frustrating it is to cling to fixed ideas about reality. In the expanse of bliss with elaboration, we confess. When the state of Samantabhadra is beyond good or bad, how tiresome is this view of pure and impure? How frustrating to cling to ideas of good and evil. In the expanse of bliss that is Samantabhadra, we confess. When equalness is beyond all distinctions of size, how tiresome is the view of self and other. How frustrating to cling to the duality of great and small. In the expanse of equality and perfect bliss, we confess. When the mind of awakening is beyond birth and death, how tiresome is the view of this life and the next. How frustrating to cling to the duality of birth and dying. In the unchanging expanse of deathlessness, we confess. When the great Hindu is beyond corners and edges, how tiresome is this view of form as substance. How frustrating to cling to shapes with sides and corners. We confess in the expanse of the Hindu, the perfect sphere. In the state beyond change throughout the three times, how tiresome is the view of beginnings and endings. How frustrating to cling to ideas of change and transformation. We confess in the expanse beyond the changes of past, present, and future. When naturally arising wisdom is neither to be sought for not accomplished, how tiresome is the dualistic view of cause and effect. How frustrating to cling to ideas of effort and attainment. We confess in the naturally arising effortless expanse. When the pure wisdom of Rigpa is beyond eternalism and nihilism, how tiresome is the dualistic view of perceiver and perceived. How frustrating to cling to things as everlasting or non-existent. We confess in the expanse of pure awareness wisdom. When pure reality is beyond the elaboration of ideas, how tiresome is the dualistic view of pain. How frustrating to cling to a center and extremes. We confess in the expanse of utterly pure Dharmata. When the celestial palace is beyond dimension, how tiresome is this view of outside and inside. How frustrating to cling to the duality of wide and narrow. We confess in the boundless, unconfined expanse. When the space of the consort is beyond high and low, how tiresome is this view of upper and lower. How frustrating to cling to the duality of above and below. We confess in the expanse of the secret place beyond dimension. When the Dharmakaya is free of duality, how tiresome is the view of outer and inner. How frustrating to cling to the duality of worlds and inhabitants. We confess in the immutable expanse of Dharmakaya. How sorrowful is the state of ignorant, deluded beings who cling to signs of substance in what has no form. How utterly mistaken are the minds of the deluded, perceiving an I and a self in what is beyond arising, not knowing appearance and existence to be an illusion. They feel attachment for wealth and possessions, not knowing that samsara has no true reality. They think friends and family, companions in delusion, will live forever. How utterly mistaken are the minds of ignorant beings. They reject the truth and put their energy into harmful deeds. Spurning Buddha's words, they fall prey to life's addictions and apply their intelligence to tasks of meaningless distraction. How pitiful are those whose lives lack meaning in this way. In the expanse beyond dissipating or conserving, we confess.
Thanks, Abra. It's page 17. Oi chi je yin ye zhi ba me ba la yu mi ni se ta wa dang re che Nipon Zai Maran Zai Ba Nyere Mo Jimi De Jen Long De Shakaraj Kenda Zang Boi Zang Ni Me Ba La Zang Dang Me Wa Da Wa Dang Re Je Zang Ni Ni Zan Zai Ba Nyere Mo King Zang De Jen Long De Shakaraj Nyang Ba Nye Lai Je Chong Me Ba Lai Da Dan Yin De Da Wa Dang Re Je Jie Chong Ni Zhen Zhen Ba Nye Re Mo Nyam Nye De Jian Long De Xiao Fa Sang Jiu Zhen Lai Jie Xie Me Ba Lan De Dang Se Mar Da Wa Dang Re Jie Jie Xie Ni Zhen Zhen Ba Nye Re Mo Jie Me Yong Zhong Long De Xiao Fa Kik Le Chen Bo Cha Se Re Me Ba Lai Zhou Dang Ze Se Da Wa Dang Re Jie Cha Se Yep Zhen Zhen Ba Nye Re Mo Ke Ni Dong Bo De Le Long De De Zhen Ye Wai Me Be Nga Nye Le Dong Ma Da Ma Da Wa Dang Re Jie Bong Jo Re Ni Zhen Zhen Ba Nye Re Mo De Zhen Ye Wai Me Be Long De Xia 让从一切作主这瓦来，今日你是大瓦当日节，作主你是人本你人么，让从做灭龙的下法人，日把一切大切这瓦来，从人你是大瓦当日节，大切你是人本你人么，日把一切龙的下法人。 今年南大之百美巴来，宗恩一生真巴达日节，大愿一生真巴涅日莫，今年南大龙的小巴日节。亚里康来扬东美巴来，是等能的大瓦当日节，扬东一生真巴涅日莫，亚里扬东美巴龙的家。 永健卡兰同名没巴来，等当我的大瓦当日节，同名你生人把你人梦，万个样都没被弄得下，七九个兰你生没巴来，是当当的大瓦当日节，奴君你生人把你人梦，七根结外没被弄得下。 马人这边sem见年日节，总没几郎我帮在马人在，刚上这边sem呢用日个日几米几郎，我当大的多，那谁就马因把人马些的，上身拿来sem节叫把起，可话让因把人马些把，年轻这边做了大把人在。 没西结为龙的用人个等不动我人没给来拉走，东北搞我人没去因为嘞，让人都没因为来拉走，人这都没生见年日节，啥事没被龙的下巴日节。Page 24 to 25. Length, please.
Certainly, Kempo, thank you. Home, unaltered and naturally arisen in this great substance, pure from the beginning and thus beyond clean and unclean. 8 principal and 1,000 minor ingredients for all accomplishing the 5 families of the Buddhas. This is the great elixir that heals the asamayas. May the heart aspirations of the naturally abiding Buddhas from the great all-pervading realm of Ankanista be now fulfilled with the light of the 5 wisdoms and by Samantabhadra's cloud-like offerings. May their enlightened intentions be fully realized, and may compassionate emanations bring freedom to the 6 realms. May this fulfill the heart aspirations of Samantabhadra, the original Buddha of unchanging luminosity. May it fulfill the heart aspirations of infinite peaceful and wrathful deities, the enlightened forms of pure wisdom arising from within. Manifestations of compassion, bringing benefit to beings, appear in a succession that begins with Vajradhara. Now, for all these guides to wandering beings, with this offering of kayas and Buddha fields, may their heart aspirations be all fulfilled, and may their enlightened intentions be fully realized. All our impairments and breakages of samaya are now confessed. We now confess.
Thank you, Lance. Page 24. Oi ma ji ran zong chen bi ze dong ne da ba za me char sa wa je la yin la do ring a jar wa ji bi ze tam ze gong wei men jin de o men jiao da ra jin bo ne ran yin yu be sang jie na yi xi ma ye wu jie 跟上结拜真结刚，都结公巴走巴当，都结这拜热周周，东门上结，我们就跟得上辈头当岗，让来一起下这个，写着让家拉走岗，都结这拜着东。 都见强的人把人尊，着完真把当姐姐，各当先干就别干，都结公把做就人，当在娘家下把人接。 So 27 to 29. Andrea and Wainwright. (27 to 29).
Yes, thank you, Kempo.
Pure wisdom liquid, wet with Dharmata, whose color is red of ardent compassion. It is the causal blood that generates life, self-arisen blood of the lotus.
Harder, right?
Pardon?
It's a 26, right? 26 to 27, sorry.
Was that okay?
I think. Where?
26.
Temple on page 25, it's the beginning of the Rakta offering. We hadn't done that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, offering, yes.
26.
Okay. So it's a 26 beginning, right?
Yes, I started.
Yeah.
Okay, again?
Again?
Yes, yes.
Pure wisdom liquid, wet with Dharmata, whose color is red, ardent compassion. It is the causal blood that generates life, the self-arisen blood of the lotus Rakta, the vital blood of the 10 fit for liberation, the elemental blood from red herbal essences, all of them pure substances of magnetizing, or impure causes for Samara's free runs. Through the enlightened intentions of the Heruka, the habits of samsara's three worlds are liberated, and it is blessed as a substance for offering. To the great Mother Samantabhadri we offer, so that pure wisdom may dawn in our minds. To the hosts of wrathful Herukas we offer, so that their compassionate minds are invoked. To all the Mams and Akhi as a substance to restore the Samaya. To all the Dharma protectors and guardians we offer, so that they may carry out their activity. May this fulfill their heart aspirations, and may they grant it as accomplishment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We take the Tibetan. Oi jinye lenje ye ye to je chape kado mar Sikpa Jipa Jaya Chai Pema Rakta Ranzong Xingje Darwai Soge Chai Seju Marpo Njongwe Cha Tamje Takpa Wange Ze Madang Kamsong Korwech Her Kaye Gomba Ye Sisong Korwe Pakcha Dar Chebe Zese Singla De Yongjen Gende Zamo yi xin jia rui dong se ren bo chang dong zhou wei zhou nan la tu jie go ruan qiu ban bo ma mong kan zhou tang jie la tam zai so wei zai sen bo ji jiong ga song tam jie la chen len zai bei dong se ren bo tam zai nyam jia nu zhou zhou Next, EDG, can you do the from 27 to 29, top of the 29?
Yes, thank you.
Thanks.
Home, nourishing foods is to stay in the three realms. Grains and fruits and foods with 6 different tastes. Meat from the bodies of the 10 who are liberated, and distilled grains, the intoxicating drink of warriors. Considering them as a rich and plentiful feast for the senses, we make an offering of them all. To the Dharmadhatu, we make imagined offerings. To the peaceful deities, we make beautiful offerings. To the wrathful deities, we make majestic offerings. To please the masters, we offer. To delight the dakinis, we offer. To satisfy the guardians of the teachings, we offer. As a support for fulfilling the Samaya commitments, we offer. Should I continue?
Okay, so page 7, 27 bottom. Tibetan Hoi Kam Song Wai Se Je Jen Zhe Dan Xing Do Ro Zhou Se Xing Jie Zhe Rui Pong Bui Shan Zab Ge Pa Won Zhe Ye Xiar Zhen De Yong Na Zo Se Mi Be Sam Den Qiu Ban Ber Qi Jie Yen Se Mi Ben Ber Xie Wei La Lan Zi Param Chou Wei La La Ji Param Ber La Ma Nam La Ni Param Ber Kanzhou nam la yi param bo ga song nam la chen param dang zai gong wei din de Next, Rocio, can you do the page 29 to 31 lamb offering?
Yes, Kampola. Inside 100 lamps of the finest substance, we now plant 100 cleanest wicks and fill them with melted butter, the essence of the elements. Having lit these 100 bright shining lamps with a wish to heal our impairments and breakages of Samaya, we now offer them to all the victorious Buddhas out of the Dharmadhatu palace of Akanisha. The 5 colored lights of wisdom shine in dazzling splendor. May the heart aspiration of infinite peaceful and wrathful ones be now fulfilled. In the palace of Dharma, at the heart, appears the tickle, which is the seed of pure wisdom. May the heart aspiration of self-arisen, peaceful deities be fulfilled. In the skull mansion, palace of the brain, the light rays of naturally emitted wrathful are all blaze. May the heart aspiration of self-arisen wrathful ones be fulfilled. The experience of faith and devotion, naturally arising Rigpa appears unceasingly. May the heart aspiration of the Vajra master be fulfilled. In the subtle channels, wind energies and essences is natural awareness, vivid and clear. May the heart aspirations of the mammals and the kings be fulfilled. In the universe vast realm of existence, appear the light sphere of the planets and stars. May the heart aspiration of the oath-bound ones out of the outer world be fulfilled. May each and every impairment and breakage of Samaya be purified through the strength of our Samaya commitment. And may you grant us the accomplishment, ordinary and supreme.
Thanks, Rosie. Lord Truth 29. On the Gongwei Jazar, Same Dongwei Jazazo, Yongwei Jumare Shunje Gan, Same Marme Jaban, Tamse Nyamja Ganwei Se, Mebe Jarwa Namlamber, Omen Chien Boran, Yeshe Wonga Tradan, Shitro Ranjan Todan Gai, Ninga Jije Boran, Yishi Savon Tigle Sai Ranzong Sheve Todan Lepa Donga Bobrang Na Ranzara Chuje Ozaraba Ranzong Trove Todan Ga Mugi Debe Nawa Rigba Ranzong Garmi Sar Dorje Lobon Todan Ga Salong Tigle Damalai Shiba Ranzong Salen Mamon Kande Todan Ga Injektin Sipa Yang Bala Zakar Uja Tigle Sar Saya Tamje Todan Tamse Nyamja Tamje Gen Todan Wange Tabaranzu Chodan Tumong Drobzor. Curtis and Thomas, please.
Home, within this wondrous mandala of secret instructions, we offer to all the masters and hosts of Yidam deities. We offer the lamp of the naturally arising space of phenomena. Yeah. Yeah, we unmuted. I'm not muted. We'll start again. Let's do it. We'll start again.
We can hear,
y'all hear us?
Tempo. Yes, it's perfect. No problem.
Yeah, I think they can. Home, within this wondrous mandala of secret instructions, we offer to all the masters and hosts of Yidam deities. We offer the lamp of the naturally arising space of phenomena, filled with the burning oil of pure awareness wisdom. We offer Amrita nectar of 8 major and 1,000 minor ingredients, the 5 kayas and the 5 pure wisdoms of awakening. We offer the exquisite torma that fills this pure vessel, a perfect and plentiful feast of every sensual delight. We offer enjoyment of the red rakta of non-attachment in the expanse of the 3 entirely liberated realms of samsara. We offer the blend of 1,000 grains, the warrior's substance, a powerful drink that generates majestic splendor. Allah, Allah, we implore you, please accept them with delight.
Thanks, Curtis and Thomas. Oye Garzai Mede Zongwe Jingor de Lama Yedan Lazo Yunzo La Ranzon Jije Yenje Gongwe Ripe Yishe Marme Damdembo Sabje Yen La Dongjar Amre Dai Genga Yishe Yunzo Jubambor Toryon Namda Parje Dorme Da den yu yong se zo ben jiu ban de kam song ko wa yong zheng ka yin da jia mi ra da mar jian yin ju ber zhu ju dong la jia wa ba wei zi zi zhen ji zhen za gen jie ban ber a la la den ji bar ji zo So now we go to the Buddha Amitabha. Sadhana. Om Amidevaya, 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 Om Amidevaya. 102. Home, self and awareness is the form of a boundless light. Look at a mind that is free of subject-object duality. O wanderers, there is no boundless light other than the Dharmakaya of self-awareness. O Rare Nawan Daye Ge Zongzhen Jarwe Sen La De Nawan Daye Lo Na Me Rare Jike Ngom Zar Je Om Amedeva 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 No Amedeva Om 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 Amedevaro, 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 Om Amedevaro. Om Amedevaro, Om Amedevaro, Om Amedevaro, Om Amedevaro, Om Amedevaro, Om Amedevaro. Om transcendent conqueror, protector, Buddha Amitabha, and the noble example of loving Bodhisattva, compassionate, love upping us, afflict beings, and guide us to the pure lane of Sukhavati. In accordance with your path, Bodhisattva, not wavering from your Samaya, deity with great compassion, please extinguish all bad karma and empty samsara from its depths. At this very moment, please act as our guide. As our within intense devotion, have thus evoked the enlightened mind. Red like rays of compassion radiate from the hearts of Amitabha and dissolve into the hearts of all beings and myself. Self-grasping, misconception, and confusion naturally subside. I actualize the mind of selfless Dharmakaya and rest within a taste of clarity and emptiness, free from grasping and liberation. Tibetan. Hoin Jomden Gomboy Sanje Obai Me Zechen Jarse Sansen Bages Nyamon Drola Tuji Rabgong La Da So De Jin Shen Chang De Sor Meng Je Tuji Tam Ja Je Yen Tudam ayer tuje wange la lengen tarzen korwai dongzhou. Tata nye den zhen paran ze de zor te dar dong xiu zha gui ju gor. Nang de to le tu jie wo mar chi. Da zon zhou wen yin gar den be mu. Dan zen lo don zhi ba rang sa rai xie. Da mi chi ge gong ba ngong jiu er sa. Sab dong zi mi zhi zha reng ang de ya. By all the boundless and the perfect, Mary, obtain through this meditation and recitation, may beings drowning in the river of suffering attain the high state of Amitabha. The Tara Nambai Gomde Lezon Wezon Nandaye Tambai Gando Den Roba Dongare Chivore Zimba Opa Mebe Nera Dobare Shu Om Shi. O Progressive Dharmakaya, Protector Amitabha, Sambhona and the loving example of Bodhisattva and the Nirmanakaya, gathering of Shavaka and Ahas, together with your retinue, please endowm all beings with the auspiciousness to grow, progress to the Sakavate. Hong Re Ji Yen Gen Jia Ji Ge Bo Ba Mi Long Ge Ze Den Jar Se Sen Be So Zhi Ge Nian De Zha Jiong Gor Jie Jie Zhong Nan De Jin Du Be Zha Xi Xiu. Ami Devai Zhi, 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 Ami Devai Zhi. Om Ami Devai Zhi, Om Ami Devai Zhi, Om Ami Devai Zhi, Om Ami Devai Zhi. Thank you, everyone. Tashi Dele. We finish it.
Thank you. Gracias, everyone.
Thank you, Kempola.
Thank you, Kempola.
Good day to everyone, and
See
thank
you
you.
tomorrow.
Thank you,
Thank
Kempo.
you.
Gracias, Kempo.
Yeah, thanks, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Have a
Hasta mañana.
beautiful day.
See
Stay
you
safe.
tomorrow.
Hasta mañana.
Tashi Dele.
Tashi
Ciao,
Dele.
ciao.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Kempo.
Hey, everyone. Thank you.
Everybody.